Hello. In this final video of our basic cut and paste series, I'll show you a couple features about the hand tool and the magnifying tool that you can use in Photoshop to help speed up your workflow. The hand tool is a really important function in Photoshop, and it's the second to last tool in your toolbar, and it looks like a little hand. If you click on that tool, you can click and move your screen around or move your canvas around within your screen in Photoshop. And this is really helpful when you're zoomed in. So let's go to our zoom tool, which is just below the hand tool. And remember, if you click with the zoom tool, it'll zoom in. And if you hold down Alt and click, it will zoom out. So if I'm in here and for some reason I want to add something with my paintbrush, so I'll just start adding little spikes to my ball. Nothing fancy here, just a demo. And I get to the edge of the screen, but I want to keep adding these spikes to the ball. I can click on my hand tool and move over so I can see the rest of the ball, and then continue working right where I left off. And that's nice, but there's even a quicker way to access the hand tool. So without even clicking on the hand tool in the toolbar, I can click and hold my space bar. And notice I'm currently in my brush tool, but if I click on the space bar, the tool toggles to my hand tool. So you can see that the little brush now changed to the hand. If I let go of the space bar, it toggles back to the brush. So click and hold on the hand tool, and then click and hold on the space bar to toggle to your hand tool, and then use your mouse to move the image to where you want it, and then let go of the space bar, and you're right back in your brush tool. And you can continue adding whatever it is you were adding, and when you get to the edge of the image again, press and hold down space bar, and you can click and move with your mouse to move the image around and get to other parts of the image. And that's a nice feature of the hand tool. That's called toggling your tools. Not all the tools can do that, but the hand tool can, and it's really helpful when you're working up close with your image so that you can move around and not have to worry about zooming out and moving and zooming back in. You can just press the space bar, hold it down, and it toggles to your hand tool. And I'll just wrap this up, add a little purple electrifying spikes to the edge of my ball. And now we'll look at how to zoom in and out much more easily, also without clicking on the magnifier tool. So I've shown you that if you click on the magnifier tool, you can zoom in by pressing with your mouse, and you can zoom out by holding down Alt and pressing with your mouse. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'll show you one way that I prefer. And if you go to the Photoshop menu, now if you're using a Windows, I believe it's under Edit, and it'll be at the bottom of your Edit menu. In a Mac, it's in your Photoshop menu, and you go to Preferences. So Preferences, Tools, and click on Tools. And then you'll see this window. And what you want to do is click on the box that says Zoom with Scroll Wheel. I've already got it clicked, but it will look like that. Click on the box so that it's clicked or that it's checked, and hit OK. And now what you can do is use either the scroll wheel on your mouse or whatever you have your mouse pad set to scrolling. In my case, it's 2 fingers up and down. And then I can just scroll down and up, and I can zoom in and out. I can use my space bar to move around. And now zooming in and out and moving around my image are really easy to do without going over here and having to switch between the zoom and hand tool. And again, scrolling will zoom me in and out even when I'm in a different tool. So even now in the brush tool, I can zoom in and out with my scroll wheel. And I can also press the space bar and toggle to the hand tool and move around. And that's a really nice feature in Photoshop, and you'll find as you start doing more and more detailed work, you'll want to know how to zoom in and out and move your image around really easily, and that's how you do it. And that concludes our series on cutting and pasting. I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun.